The following is not suitable for children under the age of 18. This show contains coarse language and sexual themes that may be deemed over the top, as well as my own personal views. Please note all characters of the show are fiction and are not targets of anyone or anything, but are made up for complete satire. Hello my masters and welcome to the Sky Genie Show, the absolute worst show ever. We are on episode 30 of the Sky Genie Show, and in the last episode, if you heard, I decided not to do anything about WWE. In fact, this podcast will not be a wrestling podcast. Instead, I bring to you the Sky Genie inside the lamp. Hit the music. I was born 15th of March 1988. My parents were Mr. and Mrs. Genie. My mother was a high office executive, or for short HOE, of a strip club called Genie Strings. My dad was the giant head of the Directive Institute Community Knowledge, a giant DICK head. Brother Genie shot himself after he'd seen Grandma Genie naked. Apparently the image was too much for him, so he dead. Growing up in school, I knew I was different from all the other kids, especially for the fact I had genie powers. But it was my first day of kindergarten. I met Creepy Jimmy. Creepy Jimmy was different from the other kids. He was just so damn creepy. He was always a strange fellow, peeping into people's windows, looking under women's dresses. Now, been over to his house and go to his basement, there is a rape dungeon. I remember one time, some chick just farted on a seat, and she got up, and he went and sniffed it. But then, something strange happened. He started doing it to guys. He even tried doing it to me once, till I kicked him in the fucking nuts, and bam! When I got to high school, I believe it was on my first day, I met my wife. One day, one of Creepy Jimmy's creepy moments, when he decided to flop his cock out and start chasing people, me and this girl ran off together. From that day on, we hung out every day, before, during, and after school. We were playing Guess What This Is. Then at age 16, we did what all 16-year-olds start doing. We fucking boned. We were boning everywhere. It wasn't that pussy shit, it was that fucking rough shit. It's like, fucking get in there, mate. Get in there. And I did. Then, the accident happened. After the break, part 2 of the Sky Genie, Inside the Lamp. Oh, by the way, we fucking boned there too. For fans of the show, please also check out the Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show. Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle show is a hard-hitting, with brutal honesty type show, as they give their views on the world of professional wrestling and WWE. They're also on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch them live, listen to them on Mixlr. If you're looking for a very professional show to listen to the Solomonster Sounds off. His show, smokes this one entirely, is a very informative show. Join Jason Solomon as he gives his thoughts on the current events of professional wrestling. Catch his show on Podbean, Stitcher, or iTunes. Also check out Jason Solomon's YouTube page, where he does extras for pay-per-view shows or interviews with wrestlers in the business. Jason has interviewed the likes of Diamond Dallas Page, Bob Hardcore Holly, the legendary Jim Ross, and even Booker T. Definitely a show worth checking out. For fans of the Sky Genie show, please also make sure to check out Wrestling Soup. They drop at 9:30 on Thursday. Join hosts Anthony Missionary Thomas and Joey Numbers as they lightheartedly talk about the world that's happening in professional wrestling, as well as other current events. While over there, please make sure to check out the Saturday morning shitbox. Have your voice and question heard as Mish and Joey answer questions on their thoughts of professional wrestling or anything else going around in the world. That show drops on Saturday morning-ish. The weeks it doesn't air is because they're doing pay-per-view Sunday. Yes, whenever there's a WWE pay-per-view, Mish and Joey usually review it, sometimes with John Draper. They also have shows on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch the boys live, check them out on Mixlr. Thank you for listening to the Sky Genie Inside the Lamp. And now, part 2. So after burning pretty much everywhere, my future wife and I found out that we were having a baby. People, this is what happens when you don't wear condoms. Don't be a fool, strap your tool. So I finished my grade 10 and went out to get a job. And I started working in a supermarket, cutting the meat. My boss, the Dick Wrangler, was great to me at the start, until about 10 years go by, and I found out the Dick Wrangler was dick wrangling inside the meat. I often wondered why I would come in the next morning and find holes in white sauce all over it. But, whatever, so he fired me, hoping I wouldn't tell anyone. Whoops. But during that time, I got married to my wife. Now the question is not how big, what kind of shotgun it was by her old man that was Catholic, but how awesome the day was on our wedding day. Oh, and with the honeymoon and the damage already done, we fucking boned. Hey, we were married after all. And then the day came, and Genie Jr. was born. Maybe it was the bleach we fed him, or the glue. He became a special boy. Coming up after the break, part 3 of the Sky Genie, Inside the Lamp. Are you looking for a good laugh? Then check out Getting the Corner. Getting Dark Corner. Dark Corner. Dark Corner. With hosts Yuck Nasty and Dogger Baby. Every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Check them out on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. For my masters who are wondering if there will be Sky Genie shows throughout the Christmas New Year period. So sorry. Not for the normal show, but check out the holiday edition of the Sky Genie show. There you will find I review old wrestling shows from the past. I review them to today's standards. And to make it interesting, I won't even know what I'm reviewing until I do it. Of course I'll know before you, because I have to record the fucking thing, don't I? But it's filled with gags and more as well. So check out the holiday edition of the Sky Genie show right here on my channel here on YouTube. For interesting discussion and debates on professional wrestling, check out Johnny Florida, Michael Corvin, and Old Man Jenkins on Wrestling's National Committee. They talk a wide range of topics on the world that is pro wrestling. Check them out on Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Again, thank you for listening to the Sky Genie, Inside the Lamp. And now for a Genie Jr. update that's kind of sad. In the last episode I mentioned that they lost a baby and there possibly won't be a wedding, and well, the wedding has been called off. And they will not be getting married. And there's a real real good reason for that. Well, sadly, the llama is dead. Fuck yeah. I mean, it's a horrible, sad time for Genie Jr. Just think, he was trying to get his life together with a llama, with a half llama, half genie child, and some arsehole, who's not me, decided to run the fucking llama over. How dare you? How dare you out there, whoever did this, who is possibly listening to this? Whoever fucking did this. And just to be sure, it wasn't me. It's just a coincidence that I happen to have the same car that run 'em over. But when we find you, we're gonna slit your fucking throat. You understand me? You fucking understand me? Huh? And just so you know, he is a special boy. And now for part 3 of the Sky Genie inside the lamp. So after Genie Jr was born, me and the wife started having marital problems. Like all married couples do. You know, the typical, she sleeps with every muscle guy in the world. I sleep with the sexy maids I hired. Hey, when the sexy Asian offers sucky for $5, you never turn down the opportunity. You know, her trying to max out my credit card for shoes, me trying to sell Genie Jr over eBay, the normal marriage issues, you know? But there's always that common bond that we fucking hate each other. Angry sex is the best sex of all. But I have to put up with all the constant nagging, nag. The point, we needed a break. We filed for a trial separation. She could go do her thing, I'd go do mine. Loaded off Genie Jr to the parents. For a month, I went down to Mexico, and so did she. It's actually a coincidence, really. But we did for about 2 weeks. We avoided each other. But then one day we bumped into each other as I was planning to go snorkeling, scuba diving, whatever you call it. I asked her, hey, would you like to come with me and see all the fish? Well, she loved it so much that she decided to stay a little bit longer, which is fine. You know, get all the negative bullshit out of your system. It was kind of weird, you know, her with a boulder chained to her ankles. I mean, it seemed very fucking kinky. But she decided to go down. Now, I don't know about you, but it's been about 5-6 years since she's decided to come up. I've been thinking of sending a search party, but I don't want to spoil anyone's fun. But it means I got stuck with Genie Jr. All of a sudden, Genie Jr grew up to be 34 years old. The funny thing is, I'm 28. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but it happened. I started getting bored, I quit my job, and decided to do something in the meantime. And that was the origin of the Sky Genie show. And you are listening to it. It's the Sky Genie inside the lamp. I'd like to thank you all for listening to this episode of the Sky Genie Show. Check us out on our website at skygenie.weebly.com. Check us out on Facebook at the Sky Genie Show page. And on Twitter, it's SDD916. Thank you for listening, and check you out next time.